Picture this. You're standing on top of a skyscraper. The city glows beneath you. Your heart is pounding. One step forward, and you fall. The wind roars, the ground rushes up, and then blackness. A second later, your eyes open. You're back at the top of the skyscraper. Alive. Whole. Like nothing happened. What if humans could respawn just like in video games? At first, it was chaos. Death had been humanity's greatest fear. The one rule nobody could escape. But overnight, that rule was broken. The first boy who discovered it was Marcus. 16. Running late for class, earbuds blasting, not looking as he sprinted across the road. The truck hit him head-on. Silence. Then respawn. Marcus gasped, standing on the same sidewalk, unharmed. His classmates swore they'd just seen him die. But there he was, laughing, trembling, alive. News spread fast. At first, nobody believed it. Then copycats tested it. And soon, the whole world knew. Respawning. At first, it was fun. Children turned playgrounds into gladiator arenas. Teens posted top 10 funniest deaths compilations. Daredevils livestreamed skydives without parachutes. Influencers swam with crocodiles. One man cannonballed into lava, his body gone in an instant only to reappear on the shore, coughing and laughing. The internet loved it. Governments panicked. Hospitals emptied. Funeral homes closed overnight. And ordinary people? They felt untouchable. Freed from the one shadow that had haunted them forever. On a rooftop, a college freshman named Ilara stretched her arms wide, her friends recording below. "You only live once?" "Not anymore," she shouted and jumped. When she reappeared, untouched, her friends screamed with joy. For the first time in history, humans felt immortal. But cracks soon appeared. If death meant nothing, then life began to mean nothing too. A 12-year-old boy named Jalen failed his math test. He climbed onto his desk, looked his teacher in the eye, and leapt headfirst from the window. His classmates barely reacted. They knew he'd respawn at the school gate. A husband fought with his wife. Normally, they'd cry, reconcile, work through it. This time, he sighed and said, "Forget it. I'll just reset." That night, he ended his life casually, returning the next morning as if nothing had happened. Relationships strained. Work collapsed. Love lost its depth. Even religion fractured. Priests whispered, "If life doesn't end, is there still heaven? Is there still sin?" One famous stuntman, after years of reckless challenges, broke down on camera. "I've died 1,000 times already. And none of it mattered." His fans fell silent. Humanity had defeated death, but in doing so, it had also defeated meaning. Then came the discovery. It started as a rumor. A leaked report. Scientists warning, respawns weren't infinite. Each human only had 3 lives. At first, people laughed it off. But then, cases appeared. A daredevil named Kai, famous for lighting himself on fire, drowned on a livestream. His fans waited for the respawn. Minutes passed. Then hours. Nothing. He was gone. A young woman named Aisha sacrificed herself to save her brother from an oncoming train. She came back, but she knew. That was her second. Only one remained. A grandfather recorded a shaky video for his grandchildren. "This is my last round," he whispered. "I won't waste it." The world froze. Suddenly, the laughter stopped. The boy who jumped off rooftops stayed home. The girl who mocked fear started sleeping with the lights on. Families clung tighter. Every risk now carried weight. Every choice felt heavier. Every breath, sacred. Because when you're down to your last heart, everything changes. The world transformed. Black markets sold life counters to track remaining respawns. Some were fake, some real, all expensive. Desperate people lined up to buy them. Conspiracies spread. Could rich elites steal respawns from the poor? Could scientists extend the count? Governments tried to regulate but failed. Wars broke out. Soldiers burned through their first 2 lives recklessly, then deserted on their third. Armies collapsed. Nations fractured. Dating changed too. People whispered their life count on first dates. Some broke up upon learning their partner was down to their last life. Religions split apart. Some saw respawns as divine mercy. Others called them a test, proof that mortality gave life meaning. And through it all, individual stories emerged. A mother used her last respawn to shield her child from falling debris. A young couple whispered to each other, "One life left. I want to spend it with you." A scientist burned through 2 respawns trying to cure cancer. On his last, he smiled and said, "Even if I fail, it was worth trying." The world saw horror. But also beauty. Because in the countdown, people began to see clearly. One by one, humanity realized life only matters because it ends. If it went on forever, it would lose its meaning. But with limits, 3, or 2, or even 1 every moment became precious. And our world? Our real world? It isn't so different. We don't get infinite respawns. We don't even get 3. We only get 1. 1 chance to love. 1 chance to forgive. 1 chance to dream, to risk, to live. And maybe, that's the point. Maybe immortality isn't about endless lives. Maybe it's about living the one you have, fully. So, what if humans could respawn like in video games? Maybe then, we'd finally understand how special it is that we can't. This is Gen Alpha Tales. Until next time, live your one life wisely. Subscribe for more.